Well, hello. Ah, man, my throat. Ah. Time for what everyone knows is not going to happen to be the big finale. Like, it's impossible you'd ever get fucking Resident this early in the fucking video game. I think this can be done a bit better. How would you know, though? Like, it's not implied they have... Well, I guess they have Exoman spheres, so they probably have regular phones. That's the weird part, is, like, no one has phones. No one is implied to have mobile phones. I wonder how many people are even going to play the Dutch version. Wouldn't it be great if, like, this was just a random person? Like, I still wonder if I guess it's case sensitive, so it probably would freak out. I wonder what would happen if you input it, if it just puts it down literal or not. Actually, that'd be stupid. Putting down a literal just because it's incorrectly spelled is the kind of stuff that, you know. It's kind of weird that he says, I'll give you directions, and he doesn't. It wouldn't be much... Like, again, if you have the map, you could be like, okay, you're going to go out of town, you're going to go this... Like, the fact that it skims over so many things, sure, I mean, you can, but at the same time, you're kind of making it feel more video gamey by having us as the player not be involved in a lot of actions and mental processes. Now we're at Farm 2. What a place to be, Disney XD. I love saying XD. Here's the farm. What a farm it is. I already pointed out the tire on the roof and the fucking barrel, but... I think that's everything. Nice clouds, though. Cool clouds. Look like they're supposed to mean something. Why this fucking farm has a pallet and several metal barrels is beyond me. Also, cultivated land does not look the same after a while. There's gonna be fucking grass on it. Someone is keeping this ground clean for some reason. This is nice and sassy. Nothing, nothing, a whole bunch of nothing, and more nothing. But they're all different words, and they all basically mean the same thing. Nothing, nobody, nada, no bobberino. I'm going to add the sentence, the building looks abandoned, because it just needs a bit of an extra punch in Dutch to really get across that we think there's nothing in. I wonder how much of the building is standing after the explosion. Why would he destroy the evidence, though? I do like the fact that the eggs, you don't do the egg thing. You don't see certain characters if you blow up Rice. Also, I don't... So here's the thing that that just came to me that I haven't mentioned. There's a big difference between saving the characters' lives and getting the good ending, which is kind of strange in some ways. Especially since it's essentially a... Like, again, for a visual novel... Like, maybe I'm thinking too much from a video game perspective on this. Like, I'm way too much into... You should have the option. I understand that a novel's a novel, but I feel this sometimes seems to be like, I want to give you some options, and I don't want to give you some options. And it's stupid. It's really stupid. Like, again, the Telltale series got away with just having a little speech bubble tell you that someone cared. But in reality, no one did. Like, you can do that. You can just have tiny options that come up later, and someone's like, ah, offhand comment. And then, whee! Illusionism is important, people. Can I point the fuck out that you literally added nothing to this conversation? You just show up, and then Sebastian's like, we should do this. Sebastian's just fucking stealing thunder left and right, damn. Oh, wait, no, he actually explains it. Man, this is such a... Yeah, this scene goes really fast. Ugh. Oh, yeah, okay, so if you don't do good enough, Bryce is like, ugh. Standoff. Not a term you commonly need to translate. Oh, no, wait, I got this all the way wrong. God damn it. Like, why did I read this wrong? Glad I figured that out, because that would look really dumb. Yeah. Like, like, the fact is that if the building is this empty, like, man, the dragons really could use with some techno gadgets. I guess that's one reason not to make a sequel, is all the gadgets would mean that you'd have to write a completely different style of story. Like, the sad thing is, there's like, a lot of potential for every avenue this is trying to follow. Like, the dating angle is interesting enough because you got all these weird characters that are very different in how they act and how they respond to things. From the investigation standpoint, you have a legitimate situation with enough mystery that it's like, it could be him, it could not be him. Like, heck, you could even be like, maybe it's Maverick being a fucking asshole. The time travel perspective is an interesting enough angle. It's just that every one of them together is a jack-of-all-trades situation, and it's not even that good at all the jack-of-all-trades things. It's just a couple of notches not far enough. But if I could get, like, ah, man. so, especially investigation kind of lacks. It just doesn't go anywhere at some point. It's just like, oh, just ask all the questions and you're done. It's like, what? Oh, finally, we get to the options. There weren't any options up to this point. Oh, there were, actually. Let me go at him, boss. Let me go at him, boss. Okay, so where are these exactly? Okay, so that works. My translation works, okay. Are there multiple entrances? Like, you're not told what the building is like. Like, it'd be cool if you'd be like, okay, there's 2 entrances, left and right. You know, like, get a little bit of a police briefing on the situation. It's like, okay, there are these and these entrances, please keep watch of them. Sebastian will watch the back door and the windows, you know, that kind of stuff. But instead, we just get this very like, put some spice into it! Put some pepper in there! Make me go, ooh, ah, oh, they're thinking about this. Because a lot of the smartness that comes out of these characters just comes out of nowhere. And I'm like, this fucking alcoholic jackass who's charismatic suddenly pulls this smart out of his ass. What? Oh, it's Maverick who's emotional and a giant douche, and suddenly he's acting calm, collected, intelligent? Like, if that's what he's normally like, establish that at some point first. Like, give some more, Like, especially because the flashback you get with him and Anna is like the complete opposite. It's like a fucking moron acting. Ugh. I don't think it's any better if you're just standing outside being like, I'm picking my teeth. And Reza's like, I've been surviving for years! And he just fucking shoots you out of rage. I could see him doing it since effectively you have betrayed the mission. Yeah, like, this! Why don't we get this? Why is this always stolen from us? Are these the exact same? Yeah, these are the exact same options. Okay, because they're actually different. Okay. Yeah, again, if you could compile your if statements, that'd be better. Actually, that's not if statements. You don't do it with if statements, you do it with switches. Switches are radical, though! Holy shit! Get yourself a fucking switch, man! Oh, man, I love switches. Ooh, switch programming. Wiki. Look at the fuck. Oh, look at this fucking thing. Look at this sexy thing! Ah, it's so sexy! Oh, you know what the coolest part about switch statements is? If you don't use a break, it goes to the next one. Did you know that? You know how fucking cool that is? It's so fucking cool, man. Oh, switches are so cool when you know how to use them. You could do so many rad things with them. Ah! You can even have a default, which is like, ah! I like this a bit more. It's like if you got the investigation, he'll be a little bit more professional. But if you got the good ending, he's like, I'll be here. I like how he says this, even though if you do the bad ending, that's what he says. So, what this is that because Bryce's death is such a, like, it's such a thing you get a decision in, so directly, that logically they do this. But at the same time, I just... Oh, I see what's going on. That's why this got removed, because the if statement comes directly afterwards. So we get farm glitch. That's bad juju, man. Don't fucking name your things like that. But yeah, farm glitch. Only happens if you decide to reload and immediately go back to this. It only happens if Bryce has died. If he doesn't, then this is fine. Oh, no, wait, no. Bryce has to have died at some point, and you need to go first. Then the situation... God damn, what a mess! I don't want to know how long this guy took to figure this out. Because even I, a man who programs... for years, I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? This, people, is what happens when if statements go wild. They turn into a giant clusterfuck. Can you imagine this kind of programming mixed in with spaghetti code? I'd vomit. Fun fact, this game does have spaghetti code because it has go-to labels! Oh, I'm gonna murder this fucker. How dare you reintroduce go-tos? I know go-tos are useful, and they're very useful in, like, choose-your-own-adventure books, but at the same time... Go-to statements. Oh, boy. Actually, I think go-to statements here are fine since they're really just redirected method calls. Like, there's no distinction in classes and methods and all that, so you need to have something to set things up. So, okay, fine. I'll allow this once. But it's only because you didn't do anything else. That could have been better. Although, that being said, it would be kind of redundant. It's nice and foggy outside, too. Cool. Just copy this whole hog. I'd actually look for a good word for corruption. I like that kind of corruption, like, Yeah, contamination. That's a good one. That's a good one. This is hard to do. Because I don't think there's like a good word. Like corruption is like specifically political corruption. I like how you're thinking just fucking do this and just be like, ah, okay, fine. I guess contamination is a good word for it. It was good enough to bypass my checks. Yeah, technically speaking, you could just make saves that are right before these moments and just sort of cheese it. Gefeliciteerd, Flopstart. Which is like, congratulations, felicitations. Hide Heart BG. What the fuck is Heart BG? Oh, that's user profile! I don't know why it's called Heart, but sure, that's kind of cool. Maybe that's used specifically for the text? I don't know. I've never gotten this myself, so I don't know what the fuck this is about. The music does cut... Yeah, the music just cuts out. No fade, it just fucking stops. Dead stop. Okay, so this is if you go back after doing it once. And you're just trying to cheese it like a cheese ball. This sounds a bit longer, but it's trying to capture the full meaning of what the fuck is contaminated. Yeah, like... This is cool, but doing this only once, and having it be this... I don't know. Again, it's like, it could have been something a little bit more interesting than it is, because this is kind of I never got to it. I'm like, And not to mention that loading it like that is like, not many people are going to do that. So it's more of an Easter egg that's really big. Yeah, basically don't load any others. Because I think the variables are non-persistent? They are. So, there's probably something going on there. I don't care. Oh, solved once. Wait, that's up there, isn't it? God damn, you can see why I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Yes, if you get everything, then you've solved it once. So that's your ticket to go fuck yourself. All the keys are to 0. Bryce dies number 0. Okay, Bryce dies is apparently a number. I mean, I get why. I get why they did this. But at the same time, it's like you're doing an Undertale without really doing an Undertale. Like, Undertale at least was just like, it was just like a comment, you know? It's just like, you cheated, you fuck. You little cheating fuck. And then the game is like, but I'm not gonna making fucking jump through hoops. Like Hoops Barkley. That's racist. That's racist to say that some kid called Hoops with hoops. What a goddamn word. Disastrous. Desastreuse. How the fuck did I manage to spell that word? Don't ask me. I don't know the answer. Goddamn. Like, again, this is so much. I get it. I get what this is here. This is like, okay, whatever. Anyway, I love the sassy system. So I'm milking this. Again? That's the opening sentences. Again? I gave such a nice speech! Learn! Learn! Oh, that's what she means. She can't just go back to chapter 1, and then she... Okay, that's what they specifically mean. I love Sassy System, because it really sounds like you're talking to System when you're translating it. This is your fault. Oh, is this the last one? Please tell me this is... God damn it, there's more! Like, the problem is that... I'm done, though. I'm so done. No, I'm not, because I had to fart. Can I just say that the No Man's Village ending from Nier Automata is fucking terrible? Like, holy shit! It's like trying to do hard mode on Undertale, like doing a jackass run in Undertale. Like, holy crap! The game really doesn't want you to do that. Everyone's like, no! And then they get invulnerable for a second, so you have to listen to it. Ugh. Man, that's awful. Ooh. Yeah, I love... Oh, yeah, it points out if Bryce has survived, the game is like... I mean... Okay, so if Bryce has ever not died... Okay, so this is you're trying to be cheeky and see the other option. This is a hard sentence to decipher. Why did you go back and only return here after you saw the consequence of the other option? Also, that fucking pod little thing. So, in Nier, there's like a little point where, for some reason, they have all these little intermissions, and one of them, I think, when you go to Pascal's Village for the first time, like, your pods are just like, we must exchange combat information with greater frequency for greater efficiency. And the other one's just like, you go a little sure, whatever. Like, what the fuck is this conversation? Like, they're really just saying, okay, permission granted. Like, fuck. Goddamn. Them robots are fucking robots. I like how the androids and the machines, it's little fucking, ah. The biggest problem I have with this is this happens. This can happen before you even done a single loop, which ruins everything. Live with it. That's a Dutch thing to say, though. God damn, like, the problem is you have to go up and down a bunch. So Bryce tries is true. So this is if Bryce has died. Bryce has died. Persistent Bryce key 1. Which is this one. That hasn't happened. So then if you've at least solved Bryce once, okay, that's that if statement. And if Bryce hasn't died, then the game's like, you can't do this. I know that's... God damn it, now I need to find a translation of Hell 9000's line in Dutch. I think that specifically it only lists... Okay. So, the first time they're like this, and the second time... They're like, you can go back, I guess. I can't let you do that, player. I wonder how the countdown works. If I could test this better, I'd probably put like a little 1, 2, 3, you know, like a fucking countdown from the sassy one. Like, I need the direct quote translation. For some reason, this doesn't actually turn anything up. There's no fucking... Oh, God damn it. I think I got a good one. That kind of captures the original feel, and maybe someone will get it. I could actually just put in fucking Dave. Like, just make it the reference. Like, that actually would bring it home. Like, oh. Ooh, you sneaky boy. Like, there's gotta be a fucking saying for this. I'm just gonna do a fucking mangling. Like, you gotta live with the sour apple. You don't have to bite through it, but you have to live with it. The apple's like, hey boy, how you doing? I want to know more about this Bryce dies thing, though. Because the way it comes across implies that it gets undone at some point. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Wow, that is shoehorned into nuts. Isn't like Sebastian like? Oh no, he's with a sweet troop. Play music, Judgment. Interesting, it doesn't actually set the Bryce being dead thing. Oh great! I have to. Oh man! I like the idea that the reason you're opening the door slowly is because you're like, oh fuck, I don't want to have this conversation. This is just one heck of a chore. I think next time I'm gonna take it easy. Next time I'm just gonna do 100 bits, cause frick. Oh shit! Oh fuck! I used the word spelling. I need to make that file specifically. Because if I don't make it file, fun fact, it just doesn't look good. God siggity! Like, if you get this, the weird part is that eventually you do loop through timelines, and it just makes this so much stupider. Oh, you can only do that once, yeah. You can only do this once, because this is the 0. Okay, so that's how that works. You only get sassed once. Because it can only really be done that once. Like, the fact this is so late, too, it'd be much more interesting if, like, on one of your first dates, like, just randomly as a moment where, like, okay, you can't do this. Like, the code would be tremendous. But you could try to just make a label specifically for, like, but they need to... God, there is a way to do this. There is a fucking way to do this. I know there is. There has to be a way you can do this. Ah, my brain is just like, ooh. But at the same time, what the fuck's the point? I guess the reason this happens in Chapter 4 is that it's really the only time they can kill a main character that actually has any fucking point. I like this. This is nice. And don't just hang around a bit and then load a file from Chapter 4. You have to do it all the way, head to tail, or I'll just repeat this again. Man, can you imagine just randomly getting sassed by a system like this? Ugh. Ugh. Next time... Did it? Labeled it. Oh, yeah, because if you succeed, it pops you through. Yeah, did it, you did it. So if you haven't seen the message twice, and you did it, then you just go straight through. So if you just do a clean run, the game is like, wow, how the fuck did you do that? I guess it makes sense, because here your system is a bit... whatever. I'm done. I'm done. I got a headache. I'm getting a headache from all this shit. Ah! I mean, good job. Like, congratulations on getting this to work. You probably just sat down with a bit of graph paper. It probably looks a lot better without all the text, and it's just a fucking if tree. But for fuck's sake, as an outside observer, it gives me a headache. Although I have lots of reasons to have a headache right now. I think... Is that a bus? No. There was a noise.